Hello there, Lunar Squadron, and welcome back to the channel. We are now pretty much exactly a month away from the release of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and it appears in order to celebrate this event, TT Games has decided to take their marketing to the next level as we received perhaps the best clip of marketing we have gotten so far. We got a look at new combat gameplay for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. In this video, we're going to go over everything that we got and some cool details that we noticed in the clip. But before we do all of that, Andreas, I believe we have a few brief messages.
That's right, Nick, we do. If you are new to the channel, both Nick and I would absolutely love it if you pretended that that little red subscribe button was Bosk's face and physically assault it with your mouse. With that said, I think we're ready to get into this video, right, Nick?
Yeah, I think now we're ready to get into the video, Andreas.
This is Lunar Squadron standing by. We are ready to make the jump to hyperspace. On my mark, Lunar Squadron.
You all heard that correctly. We got some new gameplay, albeit only 8 seconds of new gameplay, but new gameplay nonetheless, from TT Games' Twitter page. I mean, it's not every day that we see TT Games' Twitter page post something, so that's something to celebrate in and of itself. This tweet we received just a few hours ago from time of recording this video. It does say, "How do you say counter maneuver in Jawanese? Hashtag LEGO Star Wars game." And then it also includes a clip of a Jawa doing this so-called counter maneuver. Before, we were kind of wondering, is this a counter attack? What's it called? I assume it is called the counter maneuver, right, Nick?
Yeah, so this clip actually reveals a lot of really cool details. Like you said, it's only 8 seconds, but just scrolling through it, there's a lot of cool things. So we knew Jawas were going to be in this game. We've seen them before in the gameplay trailer. However, we didn't know that they were going to be playable characters for sure, but now we know for sure, confirmation, that Jawas will be a playable character in this game. Now, the clip starts with a Jawa running away from a stormtrooper that is chasing him. I'm sure that is incredibly annoying for that stormtrooper that he has to spend his workday chasing down a Jawa. I imagine that is incredibly annoying. But if you notice in the background, there is another character back there fighting. And Andreas, to me, this looks like Empire Strikes Back Leia, like Cloud City or perhaps Hoth Leia. What do we think? Who do you think that is?
I completely agree with you. It does appear to be Princess Leia, just from the hair, I think. And then, like you said, the appearance is either that Cloud City or Hoth appearance. And then I think another thing to note here is these red lasers, right? I mean, we've seen in the past that there is lens flare in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, particularly for, I guess, enemies which are holding sniper rifles. It appears that there's another mechanic in this game which will let you know that you are in the sights of a foe. It'll let you know that you're about to get your head blown off if you don't get out of the way. And that's nice, right?
Yeah, that is definitely nice. It is always nice to have a warning system. Now, in regards to the actual maneuver itself, the counter maneuver itself, just watching this clip, so we've seen this exact animation before. We've seen it with the Ewoks, where Wicket does this exact little backflip, bounce on top of the stormtrooper's head, and then bounce off and land in that kind of superhero pose. Now, Andreas, you and I both have assumed that the Jawa will be a part of the Scavenger Character Class. We just think that is what fits the Jawas the best if they were going to, and now we know for sure, be a playable character in this game. And we already know that Ewoks will be scavengers in this game. We've seen confirmation that at least some of the Ewoks will be scavengers, I should say. So we've kind of assumed that, given the nature of the Ewoks, that they will just be part of that Scavenger class. So Andreas, my question for you is, do we think this is going to be a very generic general counter maneuver, or do you think this is going to be a counter maneuver that is specific to that Scavenger class, assuming that the Jawas are a part of that Scavenger class? Because we have seen the Jedi counter maneuver, at least, where Luke does kind of something similar with a backflip, but then he strikes with his lightsaber. But this specific animation, we have seen before with those Ewoks.
I mean, we definitely did suspect, after looking at the counter of the Ewok and then the counter of Luke, that we thought counter maneuvers in this game would be class specific, and this only reinforces that belief. You are totally correct that we did have confirmation that Chief Chirpa was a scavenger or is going to be a scavenger, and we really do think that Jawas are scavengers. It's what they do. They built a freaking sandcrawler just for scavenging. So like, this has to be a scavenger, I think, and I think this is going to be the standard scavenger counter. And maybe what's more exciting about this is that we can expect unique counter maneuvers for every class in this game. As you guys know, Lunar Squadron is the place to go for class information in this game. We've broken down every single class that is going to be in this game, and so it's just so cool to think of all of the new counter maneuvers that we can expect from classes such as Bounty Hunters to the Scoundrels and so on and so forth. There's just a lot of diversity in combat to look forward to here, and I think the final detail that we noticed, unless there's something else that I'm missing here, is that door in the back, right, Nick? There's something a little off about it.
Yeah, there's something definitely going on with that door behind the Jawa that you see once he's doing his counter maneuver. It appears to be glowing and tracing an outline in the door and also kind of cutting across the door. Now, Andreas, I noticed this, and I know you both noticed this, but what do we think that is exactly? What's going on back there? Because it definitely caught my eye.
I mean, this is definitely a door which is signaling that you can interact with it. We know what glowing lines mean in video games. Come on. Like, we just know that a glowing line means that you can interact with an object on which the glowing line is reflecting. And here, the object we see is this door. I'm guessing and I'm hoping that this means that maybe you can carve out a path in the door with a lightsaber to pass through, or maybe you can hack the door. Who knows? But I do think that this is signaling some level of interactivity with the door, which ultimately allows you to pass through the door. Nonetheless, it's just cool to see more mechanics in this game to kind of spice things up and just turn an everyday door into a puzzle that you are going to have to figure out to actually get through. I mean, what do you think this could be, Nick?
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, we don't know for sure whether or not it is something you can interact with, but I totally agree with you. Just my first initial impression of just rewatching this footage, I totally believe that is something you can interact with, because why would it be there for no reason if you couldn't interact with it? Why would it just be drawing blue lines across the store? That wouldn't make any sense, but I don't know. We don't know for sure, and we won't know for sure any of this until LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga releases a month from today. All we can do is speculate, and the things that we are currently speculating on is whether or not that counter maneuver will be a Scavenger Class specific counter maneuver, since we've seen other potential Scavenger characters do it, and whether or not these types of doors in the background are going to be something you can interact with. There's actually, like I said at the beginning, a lot of cool little details that were hidden in this 8-second clip of just the Jawa being a playable character. Really cool marketing from TT Games. I really hope this continues over the next month, and it honestly even goes to the next level. That would be really cool, because this is by far the most exciting clip that we have gotten up to this point. Let us know down below in the comments how excited you are. We're only a month away from LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. We are finally in that endgame. It is truly an exciting time to be a Star Wars and LEGO Star Wars fan. And let us know what you thought of the clip down below. Is there anything that we missed? Any details that you noticed? Let us know down below. We would love to know everything we possibly can about this game going in. So if we missed something, definitely let us know. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for us for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, we will see you all next time.